Yo, what's up, Capricorn? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of July 2018. Capricorn, a lot of important astrology happening this month. We've got Chiron, which is going to go retrograde, and then we've got Jupiter, which is turning direct, and then we've got a new moon partial solar eclipse that's going to occur mid-month, and then we've got Mercury going retrograde, and then we finish off the month with a full moon total lunar eclipse. So you can see how astrologically significant this month is. And throughout the month of July 2018, the sun is going to be in an area for you, Capricorn, that has to do primarily with the one-on-one relationships in your life. So the most important one-on-one relationships in your life, Capricorn, are going to be more in focus during this time, especially the relationship that you have with you and your significant other. Now, if you're single, this is a great time for you to enter into a one-on-one relationship if that's what you want, Capricorn. The sun is going to shift on July 22nd, and it's going to move into an area that has to do with your shared resource situation. It has to do with joint financial ventures. It has to do with contracts, negotiations, business deals. So a lot of stuff falls under this area following when the sun changes signs on July 22nd. But those are the main themes for you, Capricorn, for the month of July 2018. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological events that are set to occur this month and what they mean for you. Right off the bat, on July 2nd, Mercury is going to aspect retrograding Saturn in your sign. Saturn's your ruler. And this is a good time for some of you to make adjustments to your shared resource situation. So anything that you have to share, anything that you share with another, this is an ideal time for making adjustments in this area of your life. Now, for others of you, this has to do with a contract potentially. So, Saturn is retrograding in your sign during this time. So maybe R for retrograde, R for revision. Once again, retrograde's where the planet looks like it's going backwards. It's not really going backwards, but it looks like it is. What does that mean astrologically? Well, like I said, take your time with, any contracts, business deals, negotiations. R for retrograde, R for review. You might be able to benefit from reviewing and taking your time through it right around July 2nd. On July 5th, Chiron's going to start to retrograde. Chiron's the asteroid, and it's going to retrograde for quite some time, actually. It's going to retrograde all the way up until December 9th, but in the meantime, it's going to start its retrograde cycle in your sector of home life. So, I see this one a lot as like Capricorns who are interested in property. So, whether you're reviewing something that has to do with your own property or potentially, for you, the select few of you that are, looking to buy property, just R for retrograde, R for review. So, Chiron is really putting the emphasis on reviewing anything that has to do with property matters. And for others of you, this might have to do with something that happens in your domestic life potentially. So, R for retrograde, R for revisit. Maybe some issues in your domestic life that happened before, they might come up again. Obviously, it's pretty specific, and that's not going to resonate for all of you that way. But this is a great time to work out any of the kinks when it comes to matters occurring under your roof. And then on July 10th, Jupiter is going to start to move forward again. Thank goodness. It's been retrograding since March 8th, and this is great for all of us. And for you, this has to do with social media, has to do with technology. So, if you're looking to get that iPhone 10, then, now's the time to do it, Capricorn. Jupiter is going to be moving forward in this area until November 2018. So forward moving Jupiter in this area is great for expanding your technology, expanding your network. So, potentially maybe you're going to be connecting with more people on social media. Some of you are going to be on social media potentially, or, involved with computers or the internet, more frequently than you usually are. Between July 10th and November 2018, when Jupiter's moving forward in this area. And this area is also good for social events. So, if maybe you want to get together with some friends between July 10th and November 2018. So maybe if there's friends who haven't seen in a while, and maybe some other social events will come up. But this is a good area for expanding your network. And on July 12th, there's going to be a new moon partial solar eclipse, and it occurs in your sector of relationships. So I'm going to start with those who are single Capricorns. You got to make it happen, Capricorn. If you are, interested in somebody for a relationship, then, obviously you have to make the effort to make it happen, and you have the new moon partial solar eclipse is, behind your back now. So I mean, you got the wind is in your sails, Capricorn, when it comes to, making something happen in a relationship. So it's up to you, Capricorn. I mean, if you're interested in entering into a relationship with somebody, then now is the time to do it. So if you got your eye on somebody, be the initiator. And for those of you who are coupled up, then this just means new stuff coming down the pike for your existing one-on-one alliance. And this is a whole new chapter for your one-on-one alliance. So it's bringing some fresh energy to the relationship that you have with your significant other. And I think that's something that you should be really excited about. On July 16th, Venus will aspect Mars, which is retrograding. And Venus is in this sector that has to do with faraway places, foreign cultures, that's to do with spirituality. It's aspecting Mars, which is retrograding your sector of income. So, some of you might be making travel-related adjustments potentially. So, maybe some of you were recently traveling, or, potentially for others of you, it's going to resonate differently for all of you. Some of you maybe already are done traveling, and, now you're making some adjustments when it comes to your income. And, for others of you, potentially making adjustments for your income if you are going anywhere far away. For others of you, you might have an interest in spirituality, or, potentially some of you are interested in faraway places or foreign cultures. On July 20th, Saturn is retrograding. Your ruler Saturn is retrograding in your sign. It's going to aspect Neptune, which is retrograding in your sector of communication. And this is a good one for making revisions when it comes to the way you communicate. So, how do you communicate, Capricorn? What were the instances in your life where you were an effective communicator? So try to, figure out the times where you had success as a communicator, and maybe you want to embrace those concepts. However you were communicating in those instances, that's the way you want to communicate moving forward, Capricorn. Now, also, you want to think about, instances before where maybe you weren't so successful with communication. What did you do that, caused you to not have success when it comes to dialogue or getting your message across? And, obviously R for retrograde, you want to R for retrograde, R for release, any ineffective communication methods out of your life. And on July 22nd, Venus is going to positively aspect Jupiter. And this one is good for, I'm going to jump back to Capricorns who are single. This one is good for, like, if you're trying to connect with somebody in a faraway place. And, like, what I mean by this is, like, if you're a single Capricorn and you've been single for a while, maybe you want to give online dating a try, but you shouldn't limit yourself to your local area. I think this influence is actually good for, like, setting the parameters for a faraway place. So, if you're going to search for someone, to bring into your love life, if you're going to do online dating, then you shouldn't limit yourself to the local area. Try to, like, maybe set it for anywhere in the country. Maybe, who knows, internationally would be good. So it seems like people in distant locations, or those who are from cultural backgrounds, would be a good fit for you when it comes to your love life, Capricorn. Now, if you're single, if you're coupled up, then maybe some of you returned recently from a faraway place, or maybe you are going to a faraway place with your romantic interest currently, or potentially maybe you have this planned for the future. So, like I said, it's going to be different for all of you. Not all of you are in the same. And also, this is a good one for your spirituality. So, if you're interested in anything spiritual, I mean, right now, what are you doing? You're looking at spiritual material online right now. This is an astrology video. Some of you are going to be looking at more spiritual material online, and this is a great influence for that, because where Jupiter has to do with technology and online, and Venus is in the sector on July 22nd. On July 22nd, Venus is in this area that has to do with spirituality. So, this is a good time for you to jump online. And if you're interested in anything spiritual, you could go online and check it out right around July 22nd. On July 26th, Mercury will start to retrograde. And this influence is a little bit difficult for the shared resource situation. So it causes communication problems and delays in your shared resource situation. So, there might be some misunderstandings in your shared resource situation. It's going to start to retrograde on July 26th, and then it'll retrograde until August 19th. So I'm not saying that you can't make progress in a shared resource situation during that time, but you might just have to take your time through it. And for others of you, like I said, if you're something has to do with a contract potentially, I wouldn't stress if a contract is not getting off the ground the way you want it to between July 26th and August 19th. You might have to wait till Mercury starts to move forward again following August 19th to have success with whatever you're trying to achieve with a contract. Or for others of you, this might have to do with a business deal or a negotiation or a partnership or a union of some sort. On July 27th, this is the big one. So we got the full moon total lunar eclipse. And this one has to do with your income. So this one has to do with your income. This might have to do with the area of where you earn your income. So this is a significant development. Regarding any of the aforementioned, I'm not saying all of you are going to be getting money following July 27th. Actually, some of you might be spending money. So there might be like a payout of some sort or, an expenditure you might see, but could go either way. It could be a payout. You could be getting money. It could be either or. It could have to do with the area of where you earn your income. Thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, share, and like them on Instagram, Gregory Furlan Astrology. Have a great month, and I'll see you next time.